Welcome to a new series where I'll be breaking down every current faction in the Gundam trading card game. We're going to be going over their effects, playstyles, and synergies so you can really understand what makes each one tick. The goal here isn't to tell you what deck to play, but to give you the information that you need to build better decks, possibly giving you the tools so you can be the one to shape the new meta. So whether you're new to the game, want to be more competitive, or simply just wanted to try something new, this series should help you see the bigger picture behind it all. And before we begin, guys, help us out by hitting that like and subscribe button. And also, if you want, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload next. So the Gjallarhorn faction is here, featuring 13 unique cards. Gjallarhorn is also portrayed in the artwork of the Unforeseen Incident. This card works really well with this faction. Gjallarhorn is the jack of all trades faction, featuring a versatile mixed abilities, being able to rest, bounce, discarding effects, and of course applying negative AP and having blockers. If you enjoy a balanced playstyle that showcases everything that White has to offer, this faction is built for you. Alright, let's go into the best cards here. Carda's Graze Ritter. This is the standout Gjallarhorn card. Do not sleep on it. I can bet that most players read its drawback once and just move on, but that's honestly a mistake in my opinion. This card is an early base destroyer that doesn't even need a pilot, which makes it actually an incredible threat on both offense and yes, even defense. You can hold it back and let it sit as pressure, making opponents think twice before attacking, and it pairs perfectly with strong blockers, reaction cards like Unforeseen Incident, and of course Carda herself. And honestly, these will make anyone hesitate to take a swing at you. Galiot Schwalbe. Think of this as Gjallarhorn's version of the Rick Diaz, but with a little more setup required. The difference? This unit can be linked, giving it extra flexibility and synergy potential within your faction. Alright, Heart Set on Revenge. Now this pilot doubles as one of the best low-cost utility cards in the faction actually. For just one cost, you get a targeted bounce effect that removes any 4 HP or lower unit from play. Sure, it needs to be in blocker-based builds, but it fits perfectly in 2v2 formats also, offering disruption without losing tempo. Alright guys, let's talk about the cons of the Gjallarhorn, because there's actually many. First off, too many requirements. Gjallarhorn demands a lot of setups to function properly. Unlike factions with clear thresholds, like Zaft, which focuses on just reaching 5 attack power, Gjallarhorn cards often need very specific conditions, such as a friendly unit in play, a linked unit in play, multiple units on the field or in your trash, or even requiring battling a unit to have blocker. There are just too many to keep track of, and you'll often find yourself missing one of those pieces when you need it most. Limited faction synergy. Most Gjallarhorn effects only interact with its own faction, making it difficult to mix with other decks. Many abilities require Gjallarhorn only conditions, which limits creativity and puts the faction at a disadvantage, especially in formats like 2v2, where if both decks share the same faction, it makes it even stronger, but it doesn't really even help out here. It only refers to your Gjallarhorn cards. Fragile blockers. Most of Gjallarhorn's blockers are only 2 HP, not great against aggressive or burn heavy style decks, so to compensate you'll need to take a more proactive approach, focusing on early attacks and AP reduction to stay ahead before your defenses crumble. Alright, let's talk about one of the worst cards in Graze's Ritter ground type real quick. There's really no way to utilize this ability very effectively. I do have a couple ideas in mind, such as using Kigali to give it blocker. Let's say you swing with your Carda's Graze Ritter and it's suspended. In order to protect it, you can go ahead and have this as a blocker, and of course when it dies it restands that card and of course making it harder to kill. In very other niche scenarios without any kind of pilot, it essentially would have to die to something like Wing 0, and then maybe one of your larger units can restand so it's not immediately killed afterwards. But otherwise, until there's more redirect abilities that go to this card isn't that good. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the synergies real quick. Now I can't possibly cover every synergy in this video, so if I miss one that you really love, let me know in the comments down below. Sharing knowledge helps everyone build stronger decks. First one is Camille. So you remember that Carda Graze Ritter that we talked about earlier? Well, Camille turns it into a monster. On turn 5, you're looking at a potential 8-7 threat, and all you really need is a white base in play, and luckily Gjallarhorn brings it in its own with a Sleipnir. Sorry if I said that wrong, but this card reduces enemy attack power as well. This combo takes a fragile early game unit and turns it into a must-answer powerhouse. Kigali. Yep, we're back at Carda Graze Ritter again. You'll be seeing a trend here. Kigali again gives any of your white units blocker, making your Graze a 6-5 blocker at level 4. Even if your opponent's unit have first strike, they'll have to first hit that 5 AP. And with all the negative AP that Gjallarhorn applies, that's easier said than done. Plus, this setup lets you reset grades to active using cards like Archangel and Strike Rouge, which just so happens to be Kagali's linkable unit. This is actually beautiful synergy if you think about it, and this might actually be the deck that Kagali was waiting for. Now, you knew this one was coming. Kira is so consistently strong that after this video, I'm just not gonna ever mention him again. If you're playing white, you're probably playing Kira. It's just that simple. Kira's sustain keeps Carter Grace's Ritter, yeah, talking about that card again, alive even longer, letting you do exactly what it does best. Punish anyone who dares to swing first. Alright, so that's the course Gjallarhorn synergy. Again, let me know if you know of any more in the comments down below. Gjallarhorn is a faction built around discipline, coordination, and punishing anyone who slips up. Now let's take those combos in the field and see exactly how they perform in real matches. Alright, and here's the deck we're going to be running here. I threw in the 2 Kagalis and the 4 McGillis. Those are pretty much our main pilots. In our sub-pilots, we have the 4 Carta issues. There are so many ways you can build this deck, guys. I'm not using any incidents. I just wanted to use all Carta here because she can also link with her Ritter, of course, and link with the ground type, and as well as link with the Eins on Grays here. So there's many different types of links. So I just wanted to make sure we have plenty of those since we're trying to keep it aggressive. We went ahead and with the Kusanagi, so we can go ahead and move any kind of like Rick Doms out of our way, any kind of small blockers. And we're using McGill's here because he pretty much has like a baby Amuro effect. We chose purple because the Grays custom is also Tekadon. You can throw like a half Tekadon, half Gjallarhorn if you want to really make McGillis really almost operate always when you play him by the turn he lands. So Gjallarhorn can also have a good mid-range package to later game as well. So let me go ahead and give you an example of that. So in the beginning here we have Zorts, and in the middle you could think of this as the replacements for the Rick and the Lifrith. Obviously I think those cards are a little bit better, but of course these work with Gjallarhorn and they have linked abilities, so they're actually better in that aspect. And of course we're rocking 4 of McGill's and only 2 of Galio because his effect doesn't really happen until like later on. Sure, you can get like an early play with the Grays here, but that's not what we're really going for. So we're going to keep him in the end, and honestly we would rather just hold him back until we want to use him with the Chimeras. For our bases we went with just 2 of the Sleipnir and 3 Archangels because we have a variety of blocker effects here. And here you can say we pretty much have 4 copies of Unforeseen Incident, which is pretty good for the controlling aspect. But of course you see the legend himself at the end, Camille here at a 4 of rocking group with the 4s that are gonna. Alright guys, before we get into the games, please go ahead and be sure to like and subscribe to the video. And yeah, we're gonna show a couple games of each of these types of strategies and hope you enjoy. So Gjallarhorn's strength comes from synergy, not simplicity. And honestly, that's exactly what good deck building is all about. Keep experimenting, guys, keep testing, and keep discovering what others overlook. And remember, the goal isn't to copy what's already winning. It's to understand why things work so you can create something even stronger. That's what being a real deck builder is all about. Alright, that's it for this one, guys. But if you really want to continue to up your deck building game, this video alone won't cut it. So go ahead and click this video right here to watch the next faction breakdown, or of course check out these videos for even more Gundam content. I know life can be hard out there, guys, but keep your head up, keep moving forward, and most importantly, let nothing stop you. Peace out, guys.